Oh, oh, oh. Tell me why I should believe you.
Here's
No,
video.
no, be quiet. Be quiet. You were not locked out.
Locked out.
No,
Honestly,
you weren't.
when he gave me and to show the video, I have this. I apologize. I have no excuse.
You know what? I am not going to sit here and try to overtalk you because if you keep interrupting me, you're going to be going with my bailiff. You want to know what? You keep it up. What did I tell you? You think I'm kidding? Do you think I'm?
This case right here might just be one of the most ridiculous courtroom sagas I've ever seen. We've got a tenant, well, former tenant, who thinks he's smarter than the court, smarter than the landlord, and honestly smarter than common sense itself. Spoiler alert, here's not so here's the setup. This guy is back in court after already being caught lying in a previous hearing. His big excuse. He claims his landlord locked him out of his apartment. Classic move. If you've ever followed landlord-tenant disputes, you know lockout is the go-to excuse when somebody's been kicked out for not paying rent or breaking the lease. But here's the kicker, he already got caught lying the first time he said this. And instead of just admitting defeat, he doubled down. He walks right back into the courtroom acting like nobody remembers what he said last time. Like the judge, the attorneys, the landlord, like none of them were there. Now, if you've ever watched somebody dig themselves into a hole, you'll know exactly what's about to happen here. Every single time this guy opens his mouth, it gets worse. He talks in circles, he contradicts himself, and it's like watching somebody play ping pong with their own lies. Judge Simpson, the man running this circus, looks like he's doing everything he can not to laugh. At one point, you can see the frustration in his face, but also that look of, is this dude serious right now? Honestly, I wouldn't blame the judge if he just walked out of the room. The tenant starts off by admitting he lied in the first hearing. He literally says, "Last time I was here, I was scared, and I lied." Okay, so far, so good. Admitting the truth is usually the first step toward redemption. But then, instead of stopping there, he immediately slides right back into more lies. He says he didn't surrender the apartment, but at the same time, he admits to taking $400 from the landlord. And not just once, twice. He keeps trying to twist the story, saying things like, "Well, I didn't want the money, but they gave it to me," or, "The locks were already changed, so I had no choice." The judge asks him the most basic question, "Why did they give you $400? And this guy just melts down. He says, "Well, I didn't know what to do. I had no place to go. I was scared. I was on medications. I was panicking." He piles on excuse after excuse, none of which actually answer the question. It's like he's trying to stack so many excuses that the truth gets buried underneath them. But Judge Simpson isn't having it. He cuts right through the nonsense. "Mr. Daniels, what you're saying doesn't make any sense." And he's absolutely right. It doesn't. At this point, it becomes clear that the tenant is treating the courtroom like it's a stage. He rambles, he apologizes, then he rambles more. He apologizes for interrupting while interrupting. He apologizes for lying while lying again in the same sentence. It's comedy and chaos rolled into one human being. And the judge? He's just sitting there, dead silent at times, probably thinking about what he's going to eat for lunch, because none of this is new. He's seen liars before. He's seen tenants try to hustle landlords before. But this guy, he might be the most shameless of them all. The longer it goes on, the more painful it gets to watch. His own attorney is sitting there looking like he wishes he could just vanish into thin air. In fact, later on, that attorney actually withdrew from the case, basically saying, "Yeah, I can't represent this guy anymore. He's on his own." And you know what? I don't blame him one bit. The truth is simple. The tenant took the money. He accepted it. That means he gave up the apartment. End of story. But instead of just admitting it, he tries to spin the tale like he was wrongfully locked out, like he's some poor victim wandering the streets with nowhere to go. At one point, he repeats himself so many times it sounds like a broken record. The locks were changed. I couldn't get in. The locks were changed. I couldn't get in. Over and over. I swear he said it 20 times. If this was a drinking game, everyone watching would have passed out before the hearing ended. The judge finally reaches his breaking point. He lays it all out, how the tenant lied, how he wasted the court's time, how he tricked community mental health into paying for housing by pretending he was locked out. And then he shuts it down. I don't believe you. I think you took the $400, surrendered the premises, and kept wasting everyone's time. Boom. Case closed. The landlord wins possession of the apartment, the tenant's lies are exposed, and the courtroom gets a rare round of applause at the end. That's how you know everybody was tired of hearing this guy talk. And honestly, I don't blame them. Watching this felt like losing brain cells in real time. His story kept glitching like a video game character stuck in a loop. At one point, I was half expecting the judge to say, "Press X to continue lying." This whole thing is a lesson in what not to do in court. If you lie once, the judge will catch it. If you lie twice, your attorney will abandon you. If you lie the whole time, well, congratulations. You just wasted everyone's day and embarrassed yourself on the record. At the end of the day, the landlord gets the apartment back, the judge gets peace of mind, and the tenant. He gets nothing but a reputation for being one of the most shameless liars to step foot in that courtroom. So yeah, let me know in the comments how many times you counted him saying the locks were changed, because I swear it was at least 20. Maybe 30 either way. That's the show, folks. Court is a